Hey, welcome back, y'all. I know you like that. Welcome back to Perk Knows All. Feel me? Changing up the name a little bit on you. You know, we've been doing a lot of reading. We got another report for y'all today, and this is coming straight out of Chapter 13, Behavior Issues in School. Are medications the answer? Talk to yourself about that one. Are medications the answer for special ed kids? In general. We ain't got to be speaking on sped. Let's just talk in general. Do you think medication is the answer? Find out soon. We're going commercial right now. In fact, let me throw something on for your commercial.
I know you like that.
And we're back. All right, let's start this off, right? You know, the first thing we introduced the issue from the book, and the issue here is basically, like the question says, is medication the answer? And it's stated here in the first sentence under what is the issue, says there are a range of questions to consider so that the student's best interest remains a priority while still meeting the legal and ethical mandates that school must follow regarding medication in the school setting. Okay, so let's kind of break that down for you, right? So we're talking about the student's best interest. You know, they're using that as a way to base off of medication is the answer. Is the student's best interest in having the medication to alter their mood, to control them, basically, to calm them down? You know, and then the next thing is like, where are the medications stored? Who do you give the medication to hold on to? You don't want to let a young student, now we're talking about a college student, okay, he can handle his own stuff. High school, yeah, maybe. But the nurse, that's the only person that's supposed to hold it? Can a teacher keep the medication? You know, instead of the student having to go to the nurse's office every blanket amount of hours. But then the teacher is not certified to handle those things. And you don't want things like that just in the classroom because anybody can get into it. How do you handle the situation if substitutes are around? You know, and then the next thing, who administrates it? Who gives it to the student? Does the student keep it in their backpack? No, because that's technically like holding drugs, and if somebody else got a hold of it, you never know. So you can't do that, right? So let's talk about why I selected this issue. I selected this issue because I was a special ed teacher one year, and I had a student that, well, he wasn't my student at the time. He came into the office from another school because he had, very bad anger problems. He had, some mental issues and stuff like that. And they were just going to keep him in the office and have teachers go in there during their prep period and teach him and stuff. But he was asleep majority of the time because he was on so much drugs. So medication, drugs, same thing. He was on so much. So I kind of noticed that, and he was just drowsy. And then a couple of weeks passed, and they told him that he's going to be joining my class. They're giving me all of these warnings, this and that, and that they cut back on his medication and to watch out and stuff like that. And man, that kid came into class and enjoyed every moment with him. I did. And I feel like I had a humongous impact on his life and his social life and teaching him a lot of things, to help him grow up and understand that medication isn't the answer. He hated it. He hated taking the medication because it always made him feel like he wasn't himself. And, that kind of made me open my eyes to not believing in medication as much as everybody else must, because it makes you not yourself. Drinking alcohol, right? You drink too much alcohol, then what happens? You get drunk. People smoke weed. What happens? You get high. You're not yourself. Your body is made to naturally fight off these things. So do things naturally, not through medication. Here we go with the pros and cons. It's always pretty easy to do this, because most of the pros, I have a con to them. So let's start with a con. You're taking medication. You're putting something unnatural into your body. So that's a con. But now let's talk about a pro. A pro would definitely be, it could help out the teachers or whoever else they're around, because they don't got to deal with, their energy or them being aggressive and stuff like that. Now, that's a con as well, another con, because that just means people are just being lazy. It's the easy route. Give them some medicine. That'll knock him out. We don't got to worry about him. Give him some medicine. What good does that do for him? But it just benefits them so that they could be lazy and enjoy their time and not have to worry about anything else. They don't want to work harder. So let's talk about another con, right? Another con is that you have a student that's taking medicine and other students aren't. And how do you think they're going to feel? Some people get picked on because of that. Oh, why do you got to take pills for? You need pills you don't want to put nobody through that, right? So, man, I have strong disbelief in medication being the answer. But it does have another pro to it. It does regulate some people's systems, it could actually help a lot of people. And not put you too far outside of yourself. Now, it's hard to do the pros and cons because I just have such a strong belief in not giving medication as the answer. Now, there are some things, understand where I'm coming from. There are some things that have a high severity and effectiveness, so I think you should for those. But other than that, no, I don't think so. We go ahead and talk about a myth issue. The myth is the question on its own. The title of the chapter is medication to answer. That's the myth. No, it's not. If you look into things and you see how things are done and you see how students are acting and you're not doing it in a selfish sense, then no, you'll realize medication is not the answer. So look at people in other worlds, like in other countries and stuff like that, who don't have the resources that we have. They use natural remedies, plants, plant-based everything, and people make it out. People will survive. It just takes a little extra work on our part, but people aren't willing to do that. Thank you, guys. I'm going to leave you out with this, and let's have a good rest of our day.
I explained it to my broker. 3 box in the hood, top down, and ain't over. There's more, man, where that come from?
Welcome. Thank you, guys. Catch you next time.